Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, let's see, where were we? We were trying to find the equation. Okay, so it kind of looks like I'm missing a piece of data here, right? So let's come back and look. Is there something that I know from the x portion of the problem that can help me solve for one of the pieces of data I'm missing? We know that the ball is traveling 26 meters per second, and we know how far it traveled. So I can use these two pieces of data to tell me how long the ball was in the air, right? So let's try that real quick. We know v equals delta x over delta t, and I know my velocity is 26 meters per second, and the delta x is 56 meters, and I want to find the delta t. Didn't leave myself much room here, did I? Let's erase that. You know it's uniform motion now, right? Okay, so let's rearrange and solve for delta t. Delta t is going to equal 56 divided by 26, which is 2.1 seconds. So we know this ball was in the air for 2.1 seconds. Now I can take that piece of information and apply it down here. Since acceleration equals change in velocity over change in time, I could find the final velocity. It's not really all that interesting to me though, because remember I'm looking for height. So let's come back to the equations. Well, I have this particular equation that relates distance, time. So I could probably use this one now because distance is what I'm looking to find. All of this in the vertical distance, of course. Initial velocity is 0. So I think that's the equation we're going to use. That's a typical free fall equation. So let's write that down. Delta x equals v initial delta t plus 1/2 a delta t squared. Okay, now remember this goes to 0 because initially the ball has a 0 vertical velocity. So what am I left with? Delta x equals 1/2 a delta t squared. Again, this is just like you were doing your free fall problems before, because it is. It's just a simple one-dimensional free fall problem. Let's plug in what we know. We know our free fall is 9.8, and I now know my time because I calculated it up here from the x. So I put in 2.1. Don't forget to square it, right? And let's solve. 9.8 divided by 2 times 2.1. Goofed. 9.8 divided by 2 times 2.1 x squared equals 21.61. So I get 21.61 meters.